To me, what Black History Month means to me is
Empowerment, it means progression, it means power.
It's part of my ancestry. It's part of how we all got here today, no matter whether you're black, white, yellow, brown, whatever, skin tone.
Hi, my name's Petra. Today I'm out here binding on to see if I can interview people about Black History Month. Let's go! What does Black History Month mean to you?
I think it's an important month for all the black people around the world.
It's a month dedicated to black people to show that the rules we've overcome and how we fight for our race.
Black History Month means a lot to me, to be honest, because us as black people, we were like frowned upon, especially back in the days. And it's basically made other people more aware of us, that we're actually human too, because we've been maltreated in the past. And it's basically given us opportunity, like education-wise and living-wise, and like in our social life. So we're all one as a community now.
I think it's a time of reflection, really, just seeing what our history is, because we don't really know our history anyway. So, well, we kind of need to know more, because we don't even know, because Black history is really history, isn't it? Yeah, so that's what it means to me, to be honest.
Yeah, like Black History Month, like, it just means a lot. It's what we can see, like how far we've came and like how, like our ancestors, managed to, get through everything to like who we are and stuff like that. And it's a mixture of cultures, so potentially like everyone's together.
You see how you connect with your ancestors?
Yeah.
Connect with your ancestors there, that was serious.
Matt, what does Black History Month mean to you?
Black History Month means a month of learning about my own identity, my heritage, and things that we should all be proud from, things that we can learn from, and our place in the world.
Hi, my name is Petra, and today I'll be interviewing Jay. So, what does Black History Month mean to you?
Making people understand the struggle we as a whole, as a black community face, during the colonial era and everything. A lot of black history that hasn't been taught in school now, so it's a good thing that you, Petra, you're doing this to create more awareness so people can understand their background, their culture, and understand that they connect to a root, not just coming into society whereby you're being spoon-fed when you feel black history should be.
What's most important to me is laying on those foundations of what our ancestors have gone through and making sure that we don't forget the sacrifice they have made.
In Black History Month, who would you represent and why?
I think Martin Luther King, because he brought us a long way.
Well, I recognize Nelson Mandela. So part of my family is from South Africa, so like we understand what he did and how he fought off everyone who was against him. So it's quite a big picture in our family. So we all look up to him, and yeah, it's just quite special. Yeah.
Who do you recognise in Black History Month and why?
Oh, tough question. For me, 3 people I recognize the most in Black History Month. Vincente Guerrero. He was the first North American black president and person of color. He was a black Indian, black native person who was the second president of Mexico, and he was a formidable military general before achieving presidency. So that's the first person. The second person would be Jack Johnson. He was the first black heavyweight champion of the world. And he fought in a time where there was significant racism, significant negative kind of media in the press, just a lot of negative pressures. He still fought and achieved a great amount of success. And the third person for me would be Manu Dibango. I'm biased because I'm originally from Cameroon, but I think with the little resources he had, he achieved a considerable amount, with his hit Soul Makossa being sampled by Michael Jackson and Rihanna, who both had to pay him a lot of money for it.
The first thing that come up to my mind is Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, especially Malcolm X is a lot of role model for black people all around the world. He sacrificed a lot of his time, his effort, and he fought for the right, for the civil rights in America, you know.
Who would you recognise in Black History Month and why?
Nelson Mandela. Because he was part of South Africa, and there was a lot of riots and trouble and all of that, and they were taken over by, I think, the white people and all of that. So basically their land was basically taken and they didn't have any rights. So he had to stand up for his people, therefore they gained their freedom and their rights and land and all of that. So that was really, really lovely.
First person that pops into mind is El Pinnock. So El is a barrister in Birmingham who specialises in criminal law, and he's personally one of my role models.
Thank you.
No worries, thank you.
Who do you recognise in Black history and why?
For me, I think the most influential figures in Black history have been writers, the great female writers, African-American writers, but also some of the major writers from the Caribbean. I was lucky enough to be able to do a master's in Caribbean literature and poetry. So for me, writers like Unya Kempadu and Erna Brodpa and Maya Angelou and Alice Walker all had a huge impact on me growing up.
For me, if there's someone I have to pick, it will probably be Nelson Mandela, because of his fight for the freedom of black people in South Africa.
Not very. There's a lot of people that come in mind, but I would say Nelson Mandela. He did a lot for obviously the South Africans in the time, and he was very, stubborn, but he stuck for what he believed in to give us black people a chance to be free.
I recognize my grandma Black history because that's an old relic then. You know, when you look at your grandma, you're thinking, wow, it's wisdom. But yeah, that's my grandma, yeah, imagine. Because she's been through like the blood diamonds in Congo and that. She's been through all of that stuff. She was alive when, what's it called, Martin Luther King and that.
Yeah. So it's about time that black people, they are empower themselves, unite together, and they are taking their right back, and they are looking after their country, their culture, and they stand up what belongs to them, and they educate themselves and their children. It's very important.
Well, I recognize personally is I don't know if you know about the Rwandan president Kagame. Okay, so he's a guy that basically what he's done for the country is quite big. Rwanda is a country that they went through genocide, suicide, killing each other, right? But he's kind of thrown all that around now, and he's kind of made the country super cool. That's a good word, so you can understand.
In school, we barely do Black history, to be honest.
Okay.
We only do it on like a few days in Black history in my school, so we don't do it that much.
Okay.
But I think we need to start doing more of it.
Me too, yeah, because
we need to start getting back
to giving back to the community. That's one. Understanding where you're from, not just yes, you were born here, but also maybe your dad or your grandfather, they come from a place, and you need to understand where those roots are and understand the culture, so you'll be well grounded. Yeah.
Thank you. Jay, that's all.
Yeah. High five.
Thank you, Jay. Today I had so much fun interviewing people with Black History Month. I made so many new friends, and I learned so many new facts. Thanks for listening.